Mine is right here.
Go.
Okay, this is my Revolutionary War Hero project, and on Thomas Jefferson. So this is my summary. I'll read it. Thomas was born in April 13, 1743 in Shadwell, Grecian Country, Virginia. Thomas had 9 siblings, and he was the third of all of them. At an early age, Jefferson learned and studied lots of different languages, including Latin, Greek, and French. Thomas loved learning, and soon he would be studying the art of plant life when he grows up. Thomas went to the College of William and Mary, but soon grew up to found the University of Virginia. Thomas married Martha Wales Skeleton on January 1st, 1772. They had 6 kids, and only 4 of them made it past their childhood. Thomas did not like Britain. He was a strong patriot. At the age of 33, he joined a group of patriots called the Continental Congress. The leader of the group was Samuel Adams. Thomas and Samuel soon became friends. On the second meeting, which is now called the Second Continental Congress, the group was very mad with Britain, and so Thomas wrote the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence is a contract that the colonies declared war against Britain. The day that they sent the letter was July 4th, which is now celebrated as the day the colonies got their independence. Jefferson's first big American job was the second governor of Virginia. He became the first Secretary of State, which was a big deal for him because he was the first. After that, Thomas ran for president, but lost in 1779. So became the second. So he became on second place became the vice president of the United States. In the 1801 election, Thomas ran for president again in hopes of winning, and he did, making him the 3rd president of the United States. When the 4 years of presidency were up, he ran again and won a second term. Okay. In my hero's backpack, there's all the hobbies he had. Like he liked reading, horseback riding, playing violin. He liked gardening, which I said in the summary, fishing, and walking. That's some of the hobbies he had. On my brochure, it's all about Thomas and how he was back then. So Thomas was in the White House for 8 years straight, and was in there a lot when he was vice president. All because he wrote the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson. Come meet Thomas in the 1770s. He can help you succeed your dreams like he did. Thomas became president, and he wrote the Declaration of Independence. Thomas' presidency. Thomas was the 2nd governor of Virginia in 1779 through 1781. Then he became the first Secretary of State, which was a pretty big deal because the Secretary of State is a big job, as he was the first. Then Thomas decided to run for president, but didn't win, and came in 2nd place, and became the 2nd vice president of the United States. This next term, Thomas ran again and won the title, 3rd president of the United States. When Thomas ran out of terms, he ran again for his 2nd term and won for 8 years of being president. If you would like to learn some of Thomas' tips and achievements, call 1-564-405-1033. Subhead: Thomas Jefferson was a well-known man in American history. He wrote the Declaration of Independence that declared war against Britain. Thomas is known all over America for his resistance in the Revolutionary War. I gave him an award for the #1 writer because he wrote the Declaration of Independence. And this is a letter to his wife. Dear Martha, I am writing to you to share one of my biggest accomplishments. I have just written the Declaration of Independence. It is going to be a big deal in American history. I have always wanted to break free of Britain, but now we can. The Declaration of Independence is a signed contract to declare war against Britain. I know you wouldn't like to hear this, but I can't help myself. I hope we win the war. If we don't, then Britain will be furious with us and take charge forever. I hope that you are doing fine at home. Make sure you tell the colonies or just our neighbors about the Declaration. Love your dearest Thomas. This is my poem about all the things he did. So it's that's what T stands for. Thomas was born on April 13th, 1743. The H stands for he was one of our founding fathers. The O stands for only Jefferson called it the Revolution of 1800 because it's a great thing he got to buy a big Louisiana territory in France. And he sent Lewis and Clark on the expedition to explore the New West. Martha Jefferson was Thomas's wife for 1 year before she died, and Thomas was widowed for the rest of his life. At the Second Continental Congress, Thomas wrote the Declaration of Independence, which meant war against Britain. The second place was a big thing for Thomas because he became the vice president of the United States. Jefferson became the third president of the United States in the 1801 election. Even though it was a tough war and Britain fought with Britain in the colonies won and became a free country with help from Jefferson. Founding the University of Virginia took a lot of work. Thomas spoke fluently in 5 different languages, and that was interesting. In science, invention, architecture, religion, and philosophy, which led him to found the University of Virginia. 4 of Jefferson's child survived the adulthood, out of the 6 that he had. Education was a big part of Thomas's life. At the age of 9, he began to study Latin, Greek, and French. He learned to ride horses and began to study the art of nature. Re-elected president in 1804 by a landslide, Thomas became president for 8 years. Secretary of State was one of Thomas's first big steps because he was the first Secretary of State. From natural causes on. One of his close friends was James Madison, who organized the Declaration, Democrat/Republican Party. No one could have done a better job than Jefferson did, but sadly, he died from natural causes on April 2nd, 1743.